Hi, my name is Phylicia Corlette, and this is prompt 3 for the ECED 6249 course. And this topic was on homework. Homework challenges for students. Homework is often looked at as a burden for students, as this is something they have to do after a long day of school. Students fail to realize, as overwhelming as it can be at times, homework is beneficial to the success of their schooling. It supports their learning and allows them to foster their learning and working on skills or content learned within their school day. Homework is usually given depending on the specific teachers students may have. Homework requirements may vary depending. Students can utilize homework as a resource to support their learning and advance their learning. Homework challenges for teachers. A majority of teachers see homework as a benefit within the classroom. It provides students the opportunity to work on what they have learned within the classroom at home to facilitate their learning. Teachers either give homework or not. Typically, there is no in between. If so, teachers assign it, but it is not graded or returned. This allows parents to play a part in the accountability of their students' learning and allows them to study or facilitate their learning within the classroom. Background information on homework. Homework has always been a topic of discussion within the realm of education. There are various viewpoints on this topic. The topic has pros and cons like anything else. It may just be based on who you are speaking with. Teachers can improve their utilization of homework by using research-tested strategies and accommodations. I found that in an article, and it stuck out to me because, yes, we're teachers and we're educators, but we always have more to learn, and we can always learn from others and learn other strategies to help us be successful as well. With knowledge of the benefits homework provides, teachers are better to able advocate for students' learning and the support homework provides in aiding students' educational journey. Why? Homework is considered challenging as it presents a level of difficulty and stress to students outside the classroom. It is a stressor for the students, the parents, caregivers, etc. It is also spoken that most adults have to support students with the completion of their homework, often have a hard time doing so for many reasons. Some of those reasons being inability to help as learning has changed. They are unable to keep up with the students' extracurricular activities, which take up time, which may lead to the child and its parents feeling overwhelmed. There are also those students who are ELL learners who tend to experience difficulty due to the language barrier and may not have the support at home due to the parents potentially not knowing English either, which directly affects the child's ability to complete homework. Even though it may be challenging, it doesn't mean that it's not beneficial. A key point to remember is to keep homework assignments aligned with what is being taught in the classroom to ensure it is beneficial and easier for the students to complete due to it being familiar. Viewpoints, some pros of homework. Students are able to reinforce what they learned in school with the completion of homework. Students can continue to learn and even extend their learning outside of the classroom. Improve student academic performance and develop responsibility and study skills such as time management, self-discipline, independent work habits, etc. Cons, it's time consuming, stressful for student and parent, academic dishonesty, loss of interest, overwhelming when balanced with extracurricular activities. The impact on the classroom/school system. The impact homework plays is an important role when it comes to the classroom and the school system. Homework affects students' academic outcomes, classroom dynamics, teacher workload, as well as home versus school relationships. There is a wide range of effects that it can have, whether they be positive or negative. The other thing to consider is how does homework create a positive learning environment to encourage students to complete it in order to sharpen their skills and stay in the know about what they are learning. Homework should be differentiated, given in smaller details, and provide purpose to the student's learning, not just something to do. In this situation, the best approach would have to be a balanced approach. This varies from state to state or county to county, but in Cobb County, they utilize a program called CTLS. This is basically a database used to maintain student academic progress and their recovery. And this site has an abundant amount of resources for the students and parents and teachers to utilize. Summary. The impact of homework depends on many factors, such as the following, to name a few. The student's age and grade level, the environment, whether that be the home environment or the school environment, the amount of homework, the purpose of the homework. In my opinion, homework is beneficial and should be given nightly. It can be interactive, hands-on, a worksheet, etc. A way to showcase what you learn and how it is through the completion of homework and how you are responding in class. Your completion of classwork and the way in which you are able to stay on track with the lessons taught in class. Some may see homework as unimportant or not beneficial, but homework is what you make it. The adults and students' lives should be willing to work together to ensure that homework is not, the homework is completed, whether or not it's graded, so that the students will be able to learn effectively and retain the information in order to help them be successful within their school journey. Some of my artifacts are these articles that I found, and they are cited below. They just talk about pros and cons of homework, investigating homework and its effect on students' learning and things like that. And then my second artifact is 2 slides, and it's just teacher and parent feedback that I was able to get on how they feel about homework. So a teacher, Ms. Salato, said that she personally loves homework. As a teacher, she loves it as it spends time so much that she spends time creating specific questions that can guide the students in continuous practice at home, and it is her way of communicating to parents what they are currently learning. Another teacher, Ms. Perez, she believes that giving homework is a great thing that should never be taken from a classroom setting. It reinforces what the students are working on in the classroom. It gives parents the exposure to what their child is learning and ways to continue to help them at home. Homework is not mandatory, but it is a great reinforcement of responsibility and accountability. Ms. Johnson, another teacher, homework in her opinion should always be given. It is a review and it's beneficial to help keep the students on track. And it is important to set your children up for success at home so they can thrive in school. Ms. Cassell, another teacher, she thinks that homework can be beneficial, but it's also blindsiding. It is easy to do, and then once you take your test, your mind goes blank. If homework was more interactive in a sense of engulfing you into the world of the topic, it would be easier to retain the information more. And then Ms. Hatch is a parent, and she said, not all children have the same home environment. Differences in parental support, quiet space, or resources can widen achievement gaps. Homework can reduce time for physical activity, creative play, and family interaction. Too much homework can cause frustration, anxiety, and exhaustion, especially if children are already spending long hours at school. For young children, she thinks that homework should focus on reading at home, engaging in real-world learning, and encouraging curiosity rather than rote repetition. Real-world learning can help children improve retention of key skills like reading, writing, and math. This can help families spend time together. Light homework can give parents a window to see what their children are learning in class and offer additional support. As children get older, the workload might be heavier. Older children might benefit from studying, research, etc. So I just utilize these resources as I feel like it's important to hear from our teachers, from our parents, within our community on how they feel homework affects their lives or just their opinion in general. And then I have my resources here. Thank you for listening to my presentation.